Hey everyone, we are live. So I'm actually just about to do a reading for someone, and I pulled up some cards, and I was really hemming and hawing as as I'm just sitting here, like getting into my Zen, if there are messages for anyone out there on social media. So thanks so much for taking the time to subscribe. Thanks for finding me here. I pulled up three cards, and the first card that I pulled up was the Emperor. The second card that I pulled up is the Page of Air, and the third card is the Dreamer. So there's a couple different ways that we can do this. So again, you can catch this on the replay. It doesn't matter energy-wise, but I want to read off these cards and see if you can connect to them, okay? And so if you want a message, let me know. And also, what card are you drawn to? And again, I'm going to use this as past, okay? So the Emperor, Archangel Michael, for organization and logic, structure and discipline, leadership. All right. So one of the things that I already wrote down with this card is to pay attention to the fact that this is in your past, and also it was upside down. So 4 represents a person who might be fatigued, tired, and again, this is past related, but you might not realize to the extent of how exhausted you were in your past. And so it's something to be a little bit more mindful of if you're playing catch up. If you're feeling tired right now, this can still be because you were so exhausted before. So you could be doing all the right things. You could be eating the right things, doing all the right things, and still feeling exhausted. So I would encourage you to not question yourself at this time of why maybe you're feeling tired, and especially don't give yourself a hard time, because this is someone who has really strong leadership qualities, and that's actually why they were tired, is because they were working hard, they were in their masculine a lot. So my recommendation is to pay a bit more attention to your feminine energy now moving forward, okay? So feminine energy is basically using our intuition, using our innovative qualities, focusing a bit more on education and things like that, okay? Stuff that is even more grounding for you, where we have our Archangel Michael in this, okay? So it really kind of connects to the other cards as well, because the next card talks about planning. So that's more about where you are present-wise. And we have Page of Air. This one is actually facing you, and there's really strong purple in all of these cards. So we have a deeper purple for present, though. So what comes up here, and thank you so much, Krista, for doing that nice message for me. I really appreciate that as well. So I'm happy to have you in one of our programs. I think you're really going to feel a lot more relaxed once you're moving through that energy, because as this card is talking about where you're also in this space right now, someone who, like, there's a recovery stage, right, where it's like, even if we're feeling tired, it doesn't mean that it's still related to where we are now, okay? And that's kind of confusing for some people sometimes. So Page of Air says logical and honest, impulsive and curious. So we have logic and logical, past and present. So that's someone who's really, really in their head. Hope so. Work is adding extra stressors. Yeah. So this is talking about in your now, though, that there's still a lot of logical, because that's your past pattern, okay? And again, this is for everyone. And if you want an extra message, just say yes, we'll go into you. But I see a lot of yellow in the present now. And the yellow talks about breath work, which is what you're working on. Anyone that comes into my meditation program will also be doing a lot of breath work. But I get for you, Krista, that there's a lot going on around your root and your sacral. So that means root is very much how grounded you're feeling at this time, right? Because as we're working on emotions and as we're working on money and getting out of our head, the energy can be bouncy. And what I mean by that is we start to ground and then we don't feel grounded. And sometimes that's awareness. I don't know if you've ever gone through a weight loss journey of any sort, but when we start to exercise as we're going through that weight loss, by exercising it releases all these endorphins. See, I can't say anything sometimes, so don't worry about me not being able to pronounce your name. I can't even say the word endorphin. So when we release endorphins, basically we're becoming more aware, we're feeling better, and by becoming aware, you're like, oh my God, like you might start to almost feel like, wow, I really need to lose weight. But before you exercised, you were just like kind of like content with where you were. So then you can almost associate with now exercising. It's like, oh, I felt better before I exercised. But what's happening is there's just more awareness. Okay, so where you are is just staying in that awareness state and not letting anything throw you off your rocker, right? So you might be talking about work here, stressing you out, but that's just people throwing you off your rocker. So it's reminding yourself of your day-to-day rituals, your day-to-day practices, as I have suggested for you before, to go into your Akashic records, to put your hand on your heart and take those deep breaths, okay? So that's gonna, over time, like week to week as we work together, that's going to improve for you. But right now you've got to make sure you're staying around those other people who also have that ability to stay grounded as well, right? So don't let other people rock your boat. Let people rock your world, okay? So the Dreamer card is future, okay? We've got opportunities coming in, the Dreamer. So this is actually someone who is in a learning stage. They're seeing like learning opportunities coming in. So good news, it's you walking the walk and talking the talk. You're actually doing the thing. So if I could refer to weight loss and exercising, although we go through those ups and downs, once we start to get the hang of getting into the right mindset, getting motivated, having consistency, as I was saying, week to week, all of a sudden you're starting to feel good. You're starting to get the results, but it takes time. So this is talking about patience, consistency, and kindness as well towards ourselves, not letting other people throw us off, but also we're not going to go back into old ways of throwing our own energy off either. Okay, so I'm happy you found me here. I'm going to hop on to my next person, but there's so much yellow. There's lots of gold here too. So finances do feel like future-wise finances are going to start to also improve. However, consistency also comes up with money as well to continue to work your way up that ladder versus feeling like you need to go all the way up or things are going all the way down. Okay, so money just seems to be coming up for everyone, maybe because I'm doing my money blocks program starting May 30th. But it's important to recognize where you're healing, where you're growing, and by doing that, that's actually what's going to keep the momentum and keep you going. Okay, so yeah, really focus on that mindset right now. Okay guys, let me know what number you picked and how this relates, and bye for now. Take care.